Alright. So it looks like Patchwork was the previous scribe, which you did post,
Yep.
I believe. So
Today, yes.
we already have 10 story points. We gotta start spending those.
I've got nothing to spend them on.
Yeah, we need some.
But I did.
Well, we have.
I did a post.
Yeah, I saw that post,
Or-
which is interesting. I'll have to work on that a little. I know we have your background stuff, which I should also. If you do, you still have that posted somewhere? Can we get that into the story section?
Yeah, I have that in one of my notebooks. I'll have to find it again.
Yeah, I
Or
know.
maybe it's probably somewhere in our chat. I can dig that up tomorrow.
Yeah, I found centralizing all that story stuff makes it a lot easier for me to just kind of look at it and start brainstorming. Otherwise, I'm like going all over the place finding, like, oh, where was that posted? Who said that? So,
Yeah.
it's been working out pretty well. I've been able to incorporate a lot of people's storyline ideas. Speaking of which, wait. Oh, okay. Well, that's not good. I was filming the wrong game. I was like, where are all my players? Alright, now this is no one's business. That is where we're supposed to be. Because I'm in the game, but my channel camera isn't. Alright, there we go. There's everyone. So Elise. I think you were out, but basically I'm going to be tracking story points since I'm not doing rerolls anymore. It's just going to be for story stuff. How many story points did you have?
Let me see. I have 4 currently, but I did spend 10 like a long time ago for backstory stuff.
Yeah, but you just have 4 currently, right? That's what your
Oh,
total
by
is. Yeah. Were you saying something?
yeah. By the way, I should have 11 story points now for scribing, unless that also gives inspiration instead.
I haven't really thought about what happens when you hit max. I guess there's no bad thing with having more than 10 people can get. Sure, I'll give you 11. The first
Yeah,
11.
again, I don't use them because I always forget I have them and then I have too much.
Yeah, well, I'll get you some stuff soon. We can incorporate some of that backstory in your grove thing, as long as everyone's okay with it, which I'm sure people will mind. Alright.
Do you mind going on a side quest?
Well, and there could be elements of it incorporated into what's happening now, and that could leave breadcrumbs to a side quest later. Which is what I usually do,
I guess.
Yeah, coming upon stuff that might naturally lead into the side story stuff. So no one, you have first priority for scribe today. Do you want to scribe?
Sure.
Okay. Get you some more story points. And Patchwork is the previous scribe. Could you give us a rundown of the events of last time?
So we started at the 31st of winter at 1:30 p.m. Arendis had some sort of reaction to the soul crystal, and actually I forgot to post the part where she had a vision, but I'm not sure if it's important anymore because she and Angvar left. In a recap, we also said that the arcane crystal is more powerful and rare than the soul crystal, but knowledge of how to make them was lost. At the moment, we still have the soul crystal because the arcane crystal is stabilizing that room. Still, Kai casts fly on himself to help Elise get across the traps again after we all tried to help her with spells, which all ended up being having a range of touch. So, yeah. We found a dead end, but there was a gravestone at the end. It had elven symbols on it. Kai tried to lie about what it said, but Elise then told us that it's a shrine or some kind of memorial to those elves that didn't make it into the bunker in time and were killed by the cataclysm. Meanwhile, after that, Patchwork found a room with tanks and with liquids and corpses inside them. And she noticed that one of the corpses had a ring on its finger. But now, meanwhile, Kai used thaumaturgy to yell Avagaru's name, so Patchwork returned to the group. Avagaru told us about a few items from the vault that he could identify, which was a quarterstaff plus 2 potions of giant strength and an astromancy archive, and there was more stuff which he didn't know what that was. He warned us that the vault is guarded by a tentacle creature, but he let it slip to Kai. The vault is somewhere east from us. The group had a vote on whether or not we should go through with the deal, and we decided to keep the soul crystal, so Avagaru attacked us naturally. We defeated him, gathered his essence. Patchwork showed the group the room with the tanks. She and Elise worked together to get the ring, but it turned out to not even be magical. But its design apparently showed that it came from deep elves or drows. We attempted a short rest in the room with the tanks. After about 30 minutes, Sleeper Mind Flayer came in, and we saw him put worms in the tanks, do some magic, which apparently was for mind reading or thought detection. He seemed annoyed because apparently whatever he was doing didn't work, and then he left again. We finished our long rest, short rest at 2:45 p.m. We decided that we wanted to find the vault. We heard. Okay, I forgot a part. We heard chanting from up ahead, so Kai cast invisibility on himself to go scouting, and he walked right into a chapel full of sleeper mind flayers and a huge floating brain with tentacles on his own. The mind flayers are apparently performing some kind of ritual. Kai noticed a pile of bones in front of the altar. The next note I wrote down is brain touches body or bodies with its tentacles. I'm not sure where that body came from or if that meant that it touches the bones, but apparently there's a body somewhere. The sleepers didn't notice Kai at first, but suddenly they all go quiet and turn around to look at him, and Kai started to hear whispers. He started hearing a voice calling him a strange little creature, and it said the mind flayers are just tools, but Kai is interesting. It asked about. Sorry, my screen turned off. It asked him about something from another world speaking to Kai and asked what it is. And that somehow we all have that connection, not only Kai, but Kai doesn't know what it's talking about. He at first assumed it was talking about his patron, but it wasn't that. The mind flayers and the brain then moved towards him and grabbed him, while that voice kept insisting that it needed to know what is connected to him. The brain attempted to touch Kai. He resisted it. There was a psychic scream. Kai fell unconscious. But from the rest of the group's perspective, the mind flayers and the brain haven't moved. Kai just suddenly fell over. Erendis snuck in and carried him out. Meanwhile, Kai had some kind of dream vision from an entity called Tharizdun. Then he woke up again. We went down the lower corridor to the east that led to a door with miasma flowing out of it. Elise unlocked it, and we were suddenly face to face with a tentacle creature just bigger than the other one the group fought before, and yeah, we're still in that fight.
All right, thank you for that recap. Oh, one thing, Elise.
Yes.
There's some kind of character limit on the display now. Like if you look, it just says Elise Hale ... So if you could shorten your name just so I can see your scores. Like to either you can try Elise or maybe Ali. Like I know what your name is. Like mostly I just want to know what your passives are. So I don't have to.
Does that help?
It didn't change for me. It's the display name on Roll20.
Now it
There it
works.
is. Okay, I see. Yeah, that's fine. That works. So one thing you would have noticed from last time, kind of with your passive insight, it seems like Kai is going a little bit crazy. Something
More than
here-
usual?
Yeah, well, it seems like more than usual, as he's kind of telling you about... wait, actually, did Kai tell them what he saw? Now I'm blanking. Have you
He
mentioned
didn't.
it?
I just wrote that stuff down from his perspective, but he didn't say anything
Okay, so he's been
about
kind of
about neither the mind flayers nor the vision.
Okay.
He just mentioned he had a dream, but well, yeah, he
Alright.
mentioned he was dreaming, but didn't say about what.
So then, yeah, maybe I'll say you just notice he's been acting a little funny, maybe a little bit more. What would be a good word for it? Maybe with your arcane
Even
knowledge, you would almost
Even
notice.
more strange than normally.
Yeah, maybe a little bit, and just some of the things about like patrons and trying to talk to new patrons, and talking to himself a little bit. You might think something here is affecting him a little, though you wouldn't have much idea of what it is at this point. So, to the crisis at hand, we are in the 31st of winter at 2:50 p.m. And we were fighting this strange tentacle beast in the hope of clearing out the room here. So it was Arindis's turn. So let me see. I'll be playing Arindis for this battle. So Arindis is going to, as usual, use her attacks. Which I'm going to have to fudge a little because she doesn't have a real sheet. Alright, so she goes in swinging, striking once as the creature continues to pull her. Doing a longsword. So 7 points of damage. Unfortunately, a very low roll. She continues to cut at them. Says, get this thing off me. Strength save. Ooh, that is not good. So she is pulled closer. Kai, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna pop around that.
Let's see, pop around, seeing the large creature. Oh, and she ended her turn in the aura, so she would take 6 necrotic. Sorry, go ahead.
Okay. And then I'll Eldritch Blast it.
Alright. So did you want to be adjacent to it, or did you want to be like one back? Just to avoid the tentacles, giving you disadvantage.
Okay, I'll be one back.
Alright, so yeah, you're a step away as you fire several Eldritch Blasts. 19 striking with the first one, blasting the creature for 7 force damage.
That's 7 radiant.
Another 7 radiant. Okay, so 14. Searing it a bit, and that will push it to a 2nd level of wound. 22 strikes with the 2nd blast, sending more shadowy viscera flying around for 7, and then another 2 from your cloak, so 9.
And then I'm going to move back.
And you back up a bit as the tentacles swing dangerously around you. Alright, you would take 6 points of necrotic from the aura at the end of your turn. And that is going to be, I guess you have to make a concentration. What do you, oh yeah, you're concentrating on your thing. Okay, so yes, you do hold your spell as the turn ends. Elise, I had you nice and far back out of the danger zone of this thing. Just kind of throwing
Yeah,
stuff.
I see that I'm blade singing.
Yes, and you are blade singing right now. So you would hear a bunch of, and just let you know, because you would know this, the creature's in the room up here.
Okay, yeah, because I don't see it.
Yeah, because I had you go way far back when it started grabbing people.
Yeah, I can't see it either because it's still around the corner.
Yeah. Although the tentacles are in the area, technically, over here, even if you can't see it.
8. Oh, bonus action dash. Can I hit it from here, or do I have to go one more square?
For a melee, you'd have to go one more. If you're just doing a range, you could do it from where you are.
Okay, I'll go melee, and then I'll hit it twice.
Alright, so you go in slashing. Or...
Do I?
Yeah. So 19 is going to strike it. Its AC is very low. It's only 8.
Alright.
Stabbing it with the flame tongue.
Green flame blade. And where's my sneak attack damage?
So that would be 29. You stab it several times using the distraction to give you some more good hits.
Okay, we'll hit it again.
Oh, so the 11 will strike a 2nd time. Striking for another 6 and 4 fires, 10. Alright, so the
And you said the tentacles were reaching all the way back to like Kai, right?
yeah, basically where that aura is also how far its reach is.
Okay. I don't have enough speed to get back, so I'll stay there. I hope it doesn't hit me.
Okay. So take 6 damage at the end of your turn from its necrotic radius, as you feel your life force being withered. Okay.
That's not good.
And the creature goes. Does it recharge its ability? It does not. So it's going to send out several tentacle attacks. One is going to go for Elise in the front. 19 is not enough as you dance around. The tentacles slamming against the wall and floor, creating cracks in the stonework. Second attack is going to go for Kai. Pseudopod. Oh, that would be a crit, which I assume someone is going to silvery.
I'll silvery that.
Alright, so as you see the attack incoming, you quickly use magic to change your fate. So, who are you giving advantage to?
Elise.
Alright, so Elise gains advantage on her next roll. Spend a first level in your reaction. Another roll is is incoming, which is 14, and that will miss you. Third attack is going to go for Patchwork. And a 17 is going to miss, luckily. Alright, that's going to end the Shadow Tentacles. Oh, which one of you are grabbed?
Horrendous.
Arindis, and I think Kai is grabbed too, right?
No,
Yeah,
I'm not.
he is.
Or at least he's marked as it.
No, I was last round, but then I misty stepped from memory, so I got out of it.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, he did
Alright,
Misty
so go
Step,
ahead
yeah.
and take that off of you. So Arendis would take some squeezing damage, 19 to be exact, as she is still wrapped up. Now she's looking wounded. Alright, Patchwork.
Is this one? Sorry for interrupting, but is this one of those creatures that like pulls you into the void?
Yes.
It looks like it. In the middle of it, there is a void that you can kind of
Okay.
see when you're close to it.
So, bonus action, spiritual weapon attack. Does it reach from where it is?
Alright, so you move the spiritual weapon up 10 feet, slamming it into the thing.
And
Yeah, 22 strikes it.
okay. Did it? Ah,
Bash
now it rolled.
creature for 10 force. Alright. And,
5.
what
Okay,
next?
I can. 5 feet movement. I can see it now. Action. I would like to fire a guiding bolt.
Alright, you blast a guiding bolt around the corner. It has cover, but its AC is very low. So 16 will
Oh.
strike it. Blasting it
And
for...
next person has advantage.
Okay, another 13 radiant. And it is, yeah, granting advantage to the
And-
next attack.
I still have 25 feet of movement, so I 10, 15, 20. Am I outside of the aura where I am?
Yes, although it does get an Opti on you if you do that. So it's going to swing.
Ah, never mind. I
Oh.
stay here.
Alright, so you would take 6.
Maybe I can. I'm blocking Kai maybe because he's concentrating.
Yeah. Alright, so you take 6 necrotic at the end of your turn.
Which is half because I'm resistant.
Yeah, so 3. Into the new round, Arindis is going to be struggling as she's desperately trying to not get pulled in.
She has teleports perhaps. Because she's Shadow Kai, she can teleport.
She actually already
That
used
was her
that.
plan. Oh, she doesn't have any left.
So she is...
It's
Hmm?
it's multiple. I think it's proficiency bonus or something.
Yeah, I believe she had used them in the last fight, but I can check my notes. So she does manage to get some hits on it. 2 strikes for 22 points of damage. As it, so the creature takes another 22 points of slashing as she's trying to cut into it, finish it off, though she doesn't do enough damage. And unfortunately, it does manage to suck her in to vanish. Alright, Elise, what are you going to do?
Does it look like, how hurt does it look?
It has 2 levels of wounds, so it's pretty cut up. It's been blasted, and stabbed, and cut, so it's definitely wounded by all these attacks.
Okay. Yeah, I think we'll just keep wailing on it.
Alright, so you dodge the tentacles that come at you as you continue to stab at it. going to strike, stabbing this thing for 29. Nice
Okay.
grouping of attacks. 17 will strike a second time, doing another 11, which is going to put it to 3 levels of wound.
Okay.
Alright, anything else?
Does it look like it, like, I think I'm going to move 20, 25, 30, move out of the aura.
Alright, this is going to get
Um,
hoppy on you as you leave the
It
aura.
does not. It does not because I have, I think it's fancy footwork.
Oh, okay, go ahead and link it if you're using the fancy footwork feature. Okay. Alright, so yeah, because you stabbed it, it does not get knoppy. Alright, so you distract it with your flurry and then tumble away, so no damage for you, luckily. What else?
Yeah. That's it.
Alright, Kai. What are you gonna do?
Okay, I'm just gonna walk forward.
Alright, moving through the swirling tentacles, moving up, and I assume blasting it again.
Yeah.
Alright, so several Eldritch blasts hurtle towards it. 20 strikes with the first for 10. And then another 1 radiant. Okay. 22 is going to blast it a second time for another 10 and 2, so 12. And yeah, it's looking pretty beat up, but it is still threatening you.
Alright, and then I'm gonna move back to where it is.
Alright, so it will take a reaction to slap you as you try to move out.
Okay.
But luckily it will miss. So that ends Kai's turn, I assume.
Yep.
So the tentacles are going to start squeezing into the hallway as they're following. So it moves 20 feet. And then it does recharge its big attack. So it's going to send out AoE of tentacles on all of you. Which I guess at this point it's the same as its attacks. This one of you is gone. So let's see. Patchwork 22, I believe, is going to strike you.
Yes.
So the pseudopod strikes you for 10 bludgeoning and 10 necrotic. And
So that is 15 because the necrotic is
because
halved.
it would be halved, yeah. And you are grabbed. Elise.
Okay.
Pseudopod. Ooh, 25. You get a shield?
Yes.
Alright, so you see the tentacle coming down on you, and you quickly throw your hand up, making a force shield, knocking it back. And the third attack is going to go for Kai. Pseudopod 21 will strike you.
I'll rebuke.
Alright, so as it slaps you for 8 bludgeoning and 13 necrotic, so 21 unless you have resist, you blast it with fire, which I don't think it can even make this dex save. It's not very dexy. So it fails with a -2 to its roll, and is struck for 21 as it strikes you for not the same amount, I guess. It's a back and forth of strikes. And the creature is still alive, but only barely. So that is going to... Oh, I need strength saves from Kai and Patchwork. You two are grabbed. Alright, so you are both pulled.
Seriously, with a 16?
Yes, this thing is strong. Alright, that is it for the tentacles patchwork. So it's trying
Well,
to...
spiritual weapon.
Alright, so the spiritual
Bonus
weapon...
action, spiritual weapon.
Yeah, dives down at it. Alright, 19 would strike. Oh, not the best. Still alive.
If I do guiding bolt, does that count as out of range or in range?
It would be a disadvantage because it's right up next to you, like a bunch of tentacles flailing at you. Not that you have a hard time hitting it, its AC is very low.
How does the dragging into the void work again? Like,
Well, you just saw
um,
your ally get dragged in, and it just kind of sucks them in, and they vanish.
no, how far per round?
Oh, from what you saw, once you are kind of pulled up to it, it's 5 feet per round. That's what you saw.
Okay, I'm going to
anyway.
do a sacred flame.
Alright.
Okay, that didn't. Sorry. Because I know its dex is not very good.
It is not. Alright, so it fails, again with a -2, and the light begins consuming it from within, and it stiffens, falling to dirt as the creature is defeated.
Big sigh of relief.
Alright, what do you all want to do?
Would it be possible to even harvest any essence from this thing?
You think so. It did leave behind sort of a corpse. There's probably still some magical essence on it if you act quickly.
Yeah, I would like to try to gather the essence.
Okay. So breathing a sigh of relief, Patchwork kind of gets to work getting some of the essence of this thing. What about Kai and Elise? What are you two doing?
I'm gonna go in and find where all this hidden shit is.
Alright,
Yeah,
so
we'll head in.
you see some chests in the room. Looks like some of them are open for some reason. But give me... Go ahead.
Avagaru.
Oh, that bastard. What was he up to? But give me a perception, I'll say, or investigation, if you're just kind of assessing what the treasury looks like.
Oh yeah. Can I do a perception even though I'm gathering essence?
Well, they're kind of doing this while you're gathering, so afterwards you can take a look. So there are actually a good amount of treasures kind of hidden in the back of this room. This was probably the bunker's main supply room. You're guessing some of this stuff was here before the Illithids even arrived, because a lot of it does look elven. Firstly, you would find several sacks at the back of the room filled with old world coin.
Nice.
Which I put
We
in
will
chat.
throw that. Yeah, we'll throw that into the bag of holding.
Yeah. Who is throwing that into the bag of holding?
Now remember the bag of holding does have a weight limit, so you might want to just make sure it can take all that, depending on what's in there already. There's some other stuff as well, though.
I don't know. Is there stuff in there that we can get rid of? We should do a declutter. We should do some spring cleaning of our bag of holding.
What's the
once we
Marie
get
Kondo,
back.
or what's the show?
Yeah, we have to Marie Kondo our bag of holding.
Does this gem bring me
This
joy?
sucks. Does
Don't-
this spark joy?
Does this
Does it spark joy?
does this scroll spark joy in you? You should probably sell it. All right, but there are some other art objects, which I will list. Oh, shoot, why didn't that work? Hold on. Let's try this.
What's this back here, by the way? This
It's just
stone?
it's like a shelf. Which has more stuff on it. I just didn't put it all in the room. So there's like a bunch of art objects and old artifacts, but you don't see anything magical, or at least not the stuff Avagaru talked about.
Fucking bastard.
Took the good stuff.
Probably. Could you tell me what essence I get so I can help with the
Yes.
investigation?
Sorry. Yeah, let me get that for you. So that was. So this seems to be a unique essence, as you don't
Wait.
find any Maho value to it. It might be
So
usable
just
for...
0?
Well, you think it can be used to possibly do unique magic. Like make unique items, but it would require some research. You've seen essences like this before. They're sometimes used to make very special magical items.
Yeah. I feel like we've fought this before.
I don't know if this group has any other unique essences. But there's a couple.
We have fought something like this before, just a smaller
Was it smaller?
version. We have fought a smaller version before, apparently, yes.
Okay. What's the deal with the statue over here?
It looks like it was some sort of art object. Or not an object, but like just a decoration for this room.
Okay.
It's kind of broken apart at this point, though. Maybe the preservation magic of the arcane crystal, only does so much over how old and large this place is. So it looks like certain parts of it are starting to crumble.
Alright, there's nothing hidden.
That's what... Yeah, I was about to say I have perception 23.
Okay. So you are looking around. You do find something over towards the back of the room. Looks like the floor here might be hollow, but you're not sure how to open it. Investigation might tell you more.
Yeah, I'll try, and then I'll call Elise once I don't get... Oh, well.
So it does seem like finding the correct edge, grabbing on, you are able to slide it open. Is indeed
Guys, come over here.
there is indeed something within. Sorry, just checking something. So there's a small pouch within the compartment and a potion.
Do you guys want me to take 10 minutes to try to identify it?
Oh, I have alchemy and herbalism. I can maybe identify it without.
It looks like there may have been some sort of note in here, but it's kind of fallen apart. probably from how old this place is. Like, you can barely
What's a
read it.
node?
Note. N-O-T-E.
Node.
Yeah, like there was a note in the pouch, like a small piece of paper, but the writing is extremely faded.
Can I do mending? Would that help?
You can. So you want to use mending on it?
Oh wait.
It's a cantrip, isn't it?
Yeah, the cantrip. This.
Okay, so you focus your energies over the note as the ink starts to darken again, and the note kind of regrows the areas that were old and decrepit. And it says, "To my beloved daughter, I leave you this potion once the time is right. I assume your father told you how to get it if you're finding this. The potion of heroism will come in handy in your trials to come, and my extremely valuable ion stone will help sharpen your senses to avoid danger."
Oh
Ooh.
jeez.
Is that what's in the
Oh, I know
pouch?
who can. I can.
And that's what the note says. It looks like it may have been something, maybe someone left here to be found by someone else in their family who knew of this secret door in the vault,
Huh.
or the secret compartment, anyway.
But is there
actually,
an ion
history.
stone?
Sorry, what?
Is there an ion stone in this?
Yes, there is a small, very smooth blue stone.
Yeah, I'll
And
try.
I guess, Elise, I'll say you don't recognize the name exactly, but you think it was some very famous, like, elven architect of a past bygone cycle.
Can
Maybe
I
the
have
pers-
advantage because I specialized in elven stuff?
Oh, do
I
you have,
specialized in elven dwarven
do you have
stuff.
that in your background or something?
I don't know if it's specifically my background, but I do speak Elvish and Dwarvish, and I know how to blade song.
I don't know if
And that tends
that's...
to be like a specifically elven.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is an elven thing. I just don't know if it would make you like a historian in it. But
I don't know.
I'll just say, yeah, I'll say you recognize this name as a famous elven architect. So it might be the person who built this place.
Cool.
Maybe they hid something here for one of their family who obviously never found it.
Should be taking
So
notes.
yeah, you
Well,
got the.
I can use.
You got the.
I can use night. Sorry.
No worries. So you know one of them is an ion stone. You have an idea of what it might do, but you're not sure exactly. The other one is identified as a potion of heroism.
Yes.
So
Well,
two
I
items.
can use neither of these, so I'll hand them to Elise.
Okay. Do we have do you guys want me to spend 10 minutes to identify the iron stone, see if
Sure.
it's useful?
Yeah.
Okay.
And by the way, I'll need to leave soon, so while I still have time, I would like to finish the map because I need to see the grid for measurement. So can I move my avatar around for a bit in the areas we have been before to measure it out?
I can just give you the measurements. What are you looking for?
Specifically, I don't have anything be up. What's the opposite of below?
Above?
Above. Yeah, I'm missing everything above this point for this room.
Alright, yeah. Here, I'll move you just so you don't get any stuff you're not supposed to. So, up here? Is that what you need?
Yes. Like, we haven't gone... I don't know what's behind this door, but...
That was where they found the
that's-
two sleeper mind flayers arguing. So if you just want to move around up in that area, that's fine. Now you said you were doing identify, right? Elise?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me pass some time. The searching magic use, see if anything happens. Yeah, I don't think you don't have any NPCs with you, huh? You just have the three of you.
No, we kind of ditched all our NPCs when
Stupid
the
NPCs.
newbies joined. But we may have to. We may go back for them if we. Although they're really far away now, eh?
Well, remember, you do have that teleportation thing at the Silver Orb.
Maybe we can send for shock or something.
Okay, so I assume you're doing the stone first.
Yeah, because I'm assuming that the potion that we have is a potion of heroism, and Patchwork said that she could identify it.
Yeah, possibly. I do have proficiency with alchemy tools.
Alright, so it is indeed an Ion Stone of Awareness.
Ooh.
Which would give advantage on initiative rolls and perception checks.
If only.
Oh, I could use all of that.
Yeah, I was gonna say if only Quintus was here to, he'd be.
Pours out a drink for Quentin. Wherever he is. Having his druid adventures.
No, but as the scout and as the fastest one of us, Elise could use that. Because she has bad perception, but she's always the one scouting.
Alright, so what do you want to do? You've identified this this Ion Stone, and you have the Potion of Heroism. Who's taking these, by the way, just so we make sure they get in the pack?
Yeah, I took the potion of heroism. I'm like seriously considering because the Iron Stone, just because I think it would be really like the advantage on initiation would be great for me.
You took the what?
Yeah, and
The Ion Stone?
No, I took the potion of heroism.
Potion? Okay. And just for record or for recording, those items you found, the art objects / artifacts, are probably about a pound each, so they're not that heavy.
Okay.
Whoever put those somewhere.
And then how much does the gold weigh, or the money weigh?
Coins are 1 pound per 50 of them. So 100 coins is 2 pounds.
Yeah. I think we should just take the gold pieces and the platinum. Personally.
Leave the silver and copper for the next adventurers.
yeah,
Who wants to worry about
We would-
600 pennies?
we were here first.
carry all the pennies, Patchwork?
No.
No.
Pennies
Well, I
and
could if you want me to.
the dimes.
Yeah. Although 10,000 silver pieces is a lot of money.
That would be, I think, 1,000 gold pieces.
Because it's 10 silver to 1 gold, right?
Yeah, so that would be 1,000 gold.
That's 1,000 gold. Like, that is significant. And then it's 10 gold pieces to 1 platinum, right?
Well, my
Yes.
carrying capacity is 190 pounds at the moment, and I'm about at 110.
Well, no, how's the bag of holding doing for weight, though?
I don't know, you'll have to look at the Excel sheet. I'm currently busy drawing a map.
She
I
wants her
know.
map.
Look at Excel spreadsheets.
Hold on, I'll have a look.
Thank you.
Let's see, how much is 10,000 weigh?
This is why I don't do treasury.
So the coins would be 200 pounds, 10,000 silver.
The 10,000 silver would be 200 pounds.
Yes, according to my calculator.
Okay,
And the-
if Patrick's gonna obviously leave soon, so she needs to get off. Could I do enhance whatever, and she can go through the portal and just take all the coins to whatever room that was in.
Wait, so how much do those silver and copper coins weigh?
The silver's 200. I haven't looked at the copper. But yeah, if you want to, like, try to move some of the stuff over going through the gateway, you could store it in the, what's it called? In the library. I just have to see if you encounter anything while traveling, because there is still danger moving across this place. But we could do something like that, where you're just sending a bunch of the coins back to the library.
Yeah, by the way, I'm done with the map and I would like to go to bed now.
Okay.
All right.
See you next time.
Good night.
Yeah, goodbye everyone.
Bye.
Alright, so you want to try to do that? Get back to the silver orb room and just have the coins stored in the library?
Yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Because we could just say you guys take a few trips to move stuff.
Yeah, that would be great.
It's just like a little project. I assume you're trying to be stealthy, so go ahead and give me some stealth checks. Ooh, surprisingly bad for Elise.
I know, it's like a +8. Ridiculous.
10 for Kai. Okay. Okay. So, as you are moving through the area over here, being sneaky, you would hear some movement up north. And you see what looks like a shadow elf step around the corner over here. Looks like, Kai, I'll say with your perception, and especially with your devil sight, you notice him moving around in the darkness over there. Let me get you a picture. Might be some sort of wizard, but it doesn't look like it's a ghoul or one of the phantasms. You think that the shadow elf saw you both down there, or maybe heard you. You're not sure if they can see that far. What do you want to do?
walk up to it and shake its hand, or attempt to shake its hand.
Alright, so you're trying to approach it. You have a bunch of money in your
Yeah.
hand right now. Because you're carrying a bunch of coin. Alright, so you...
Yeah,
Yep.
that's fine.
Alright, so you are approaching. Can you see it on the map up here?
Just about.
Okay. So, what about you, Ellie?
So where do we see these people?
So, Kai, I don't know, I assume he mentions he sees someone up in the darkness up north. I don't know if you'd see him from where you are, because you don't have as good of a dark vision. But he says, well, do you say anything, or you just start walking up towards him?
Well, no, I'll explain who I see. I'm going to say it's like a dark pixie kind of thing.
Yeah, I'm just gonna let Kai go up to them. I'll watch from a distance.
Alright, so you can go ahead and start walking up that way. As you start approaching, they say, wait, and they put their hand out. Probably when you're like about back here. Do you want to stop, or are you just going to keep going forward? Identify yourself. And you see him
My
begin
name's...
to chant as if he's readying a spell. Or maybe just
I've
yell.
got, hello, my name's Dave. I come in peace.
Who do you serve, Dave?
Myself. I'm a very selfish individual. I've just come down here to grave rob to become rich and shit.
Give me a deception. So you hear some whispers in the shadows over here. Possibly there's someone else there. Do you speak Elven?
I speak all
That's
languages.
right, yeah, you got the, okay. So you don't understand it at first, but then as usual your comprehension becomes clear, and the voice says, it may be one of the escaped mercenaries of Blackwater. We should probably kill them.
Oh no, I'm actually looking for somebody named Blackwater because I'm here to kill him, to take the shit, so I can open the vault for myself and see what's in there.
Give me initiative rolls.
Good job, Kai.
No!
Good job. You always know how to talk to people. It's great.
What, even though I want to kill fucking Isik?
These guys might be allies of Blackwater.
The dude we're looking.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, yeah. I've just realised what you said now.
Jeez.
I take that back. I'm going to
Wait,
use...
I was just kidding. Oh god!
Wait.
They're hostile. They have knives. Alright, so...
Sorry, I was just talking to my daughter. Yeah, I was joking. I'm gonna attempt to use modify memory on him.
Well, hang on. We need initiatives first. See if you go first.
Oh. I don't really have that spell anyway.
Yeah, I assume you just...
Gift of gab. You really need gift of gab.
Wait. These are not the droids you're looking for. What is he doing? I don't know. Alright, so... here we go. So the first to act as you say this and the Weaver starts casting is actually going to be Elise, because luckily you can't ready actions outside of combat. So Elise,
I'll
what do you do?
I'll step up and just say, "Wait, stop, stop. He's an idiot. He was joking. Please, we don't mean any peace. We are trying to find Blackwater.
Give me a persuasion.
We are no one's business."
Okay, can I give her the help action? And I'm gonna act like I'm mentally unstable.
Well, hang on, let me get her. You can do a roll on your turn. Okay.
Oh, plus 11. Come on.
Not good rolls for you today.
Yeah, I'm not rolling.
Remember,
Like,
you do have insight points if you want to use those, or sorry, inspiration points for +2 to rolls.
Is there anything that you can use after the roll?
No, not unless you have an ability. The inspiration points are before rolls, just to give yourself a small bonus.
Okay, because I know you used to have like you can spend something for a reroll, but
Well, there are abilities, but yeah, I used to have story point rerolls, but yeah, I would just took those out a while ago. So now it's just inspiration. So
we live and die by our mistakes.
so this guy is going to cast a spell. At which point there is an explosion of darkness around him, which luckily for Kai, he can see through. But Elise would be completely blind to where they actually are. With that, let's see. As a bonus action, he channels some energy around Kai, marking him with magic. That's it for
Counter
him.
spell.
Kai.
No, I would counter spell that.
The second one, that was actually an ability. It wasn't a spell. The first one was a spell, the darkness spell.
Yeah, we're trying to be friendly
enough.
with these people.
Yeah,
We're trying to be friendly with these people. Cool it.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. How far am I away?
So you can see him clearly in the darkness. Yeah, you're about 35, 40 feet. Yeah, 40 feet.
So I'm gonna walk up to him.
Okay,
And
so
look.
you just walk right into
Yeah.
the darkness, kind of surprising him and the other guy there.
Yeah, I'm gonna put my hand on his shoulder. I apologize. I'm actually looking for Blackwater because we were supposed to meet him to go into the vault, and I thought you were enemies of Blackwater, so I was trying to cover my own arse because I don't want to die.
Alright.
I apologize.
So he is going to try to dodge back as you go to grab him. But you can still say that stuff, so give me either persuasion or deception. I'll say... I feel like that should be disadvantage because of what you just told him. I'll say just normal roll. Persuasion or deception. Okay. So he, okay, so you say that. So the guy with him, who you can see now, who's kind of hiding in the shadows.
Yeah, and I'll basically say my real name. When I was talking to him, says, look, I am Kai. I'm part of no one's business. And we were looking for Blackwater to help him get into the vault.
So the other one, the one in the shadows goes, looks like he was about to send his chain flying at you, but he kind of pauses a bit when you say no one's business. And he says to you, the mercenary group, the ones working with Blackwater.
Yes, that's me. I am nobody's business, the one and only.
I did not think you were still here. We had assumed you had any kind of stops and says, how do I know anything you're saying is true? We'll drop out of combat at this point because he started the dialogue.
Do we
Well,
have any
we've
evidence?
we've not actually attacked you. And also we
This time,
we have
realizing you can see through the darkness, he just kind of waves his hand and it vanishes.
yeah, and we have the amulet that he's looking for.
You have the piece. The key. Let me see it.
We do.
Now. Give me an insight check.
Both of us?
Yeah, if you want. So, Kai, you might be a little worried that he tried to take it from you if he knew for sure you had it.
Oh no, I'm assuming that.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I
so
You
would
don't
say
have
to him,
to
look, we were, yeah, and I'll be right. I'm really sorry, but we were entrusted with this key, and essentially it's safe, and we just need to go see Blackwater, because he told us that we're not allowed to show it to anybody, just in case we ended up losing it. Because if we lost it, he's essentially going to kill us anyway. So I'd rather be safe. Are you able to take us to Blackwater?
one of them kind of looks at the other and says, so you do have the key on you.
It's safe.
This is alright. The minions of, or the followers of Blackwater are in some of the tunnels ahead, helping with his project. If you have the key, we can take you to see him. I want to see it, though.
Well, we don't have it on us, but please know that it's safe.
So the first guy who you initially saw will say, well, if you wish to see him, gather the key and come meet us in the northwestern part of this bunker. There we will show you to where he is. He says,
How about you just take us to see him? Because even if you take us to see him and he doesn't recognise us, he's just going to kill us on sight anyway. So what's the bother in even showing us now? Do you know what I mean? It seems a bit idiotic for us to go get the key to come back when he hasn't even finished his project, and we need to speak to him before he finishes his project. So you might as well just take us to see him now.
Give me a persuasion with disadvantage.
Can I give him the help action to help?
I mean, you can say something as well and make a roll.
Are you giving me disadvantage because of my horrible British accent?
No.
Is that what it is? It's
I'm only
just
giving you
offensive.
-2 because of you have -2 for the exhaustion, but the disadvantage is just because he is very hesitant to take you to Blackwater if he doesn't know you have the key, or he doesn't want to risk not being able to find it, basically. That's what your assumption
Blackwater is
would
our ally, and we would. Blackwater is our ally, and if you do not take us to him, he will be very upset.
Give me a persuasion as well.
Oh, so the Canadian doesn't get fucking disadvantage, but the common UK British person does. Do you know what I mean?
Alright, fine. You'll get a -2 Commonwealth penalty there. You happy? Fucking Commonwealth.
Yeah, you should get a 10% tax deduction relief on it.
Yeah, you're getting tariffed right now. That's how it's going.
Yeah, just because we're in a trade war.
Just because we're in a trade war, exactly. What's he gonna say to this? He says, but you do. He says you do know where the key is.
Of course.
He says if you really
I can't be trusted with it. I tend to lose things.
He says if you really wish to be taken now, we can bring you to him. But he may require you to give up the key later.
It's fine. That was the deal anyway. I'm not stupid.
Kind of looks at the other one and shrugs, and he says, all right, well, then come with us quickly. This place is dangerous.
We should take at least a short rest.
They kind of
Right,
stop.
can you wait? Can you like wait for us? Because we just need to like dump this.
Yeah,
these
you're in the middle of
coins.
doing your thing too. You have all these
Yeah.
like bag full of coins. You're like
Yeah.
Santa Claus.
Can we just finish throwing all of these coins into this random portal?
Like, we have to go right
Yeah.
now. Take us now. Now you're like, wait. Just kidding. So they look
Yeah,
kind of annoyed and say, well, we shall be in this area. Come and seek us out, and bring the key. Blackwater will want to see
Sorry,
it.
I didn't get your name.
They just keep walking. So it looks like they're going northwest.
Okay, let's go dump all the shit.
Okay, so you continue on with what you were doing. I'll say from here it's not too dangerous as long as you stay out of the side rooms. So you get there, you go through and quickly leave this stuff at the other location. So
Oh wait, so we've just done one trip, and then I'm gonna tell my zombie dude to keep going to get the coins to put it in there, because I forgot I had a zombie dude.
Okay, so you might want to make a new location for the library on your storage locations, just because you're putting stuff there now. I don't know who. This is such a weird way this was set up.
Yeah, what exactly is in our bag of holding that we could just leave somewhere?
I mean, you can leave anything
No.
anywhere. You can, but you know, if you just leave stuff out in the middle of a hallway, someone might take it. The library is probably a safe place to leave stuff.
No, but I'm just thinking like decluttering the bag of holding.
Okay, I'm just gonna delete this because I'm not sure who put this here. Plus, I think all this stuff is already in the other thing anyway. Oh wait, that was alright. Hang on. I want to delete the whole thing. There we go. Alright, so we're making a new location called the library. Oh, that's not right. Why is this not working?
Oh, there's only like £450 worth of shit in the bag of holding anyway.
But like, do we need 35 history books? Can we dump that in the library?
What's the name? Oh, Chiron. I'll call it Chiron's library. So you should see a new thing in the storage locations called Chiron's library. You can just use that list if you want to put stuff there. Do you see it in the storage locations?
Yeah.
So I'm going to use the restroom really quick. You guys can move anything you want there if you want to clear up some stuff in the bag of holding. I'll be right back.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Where?
go first.
Yeah, let's take a 10-minute break. That's fine.
Yeah, it's
What
fine.
is
yeah.
the bag of holding?
Sorry, what?
Wait, which color coded thing is the bag of holding?
It looks like it's some kind of pink.
Okay.
Well, you can see it in the storage locations, right?
No, I'm looking at it, but there's no title.
The bag of holding? At the very top, it should say bag of holding patchwork.
I don't see that. I'm just looking at my phone.
Oh, maybe it's some kind of weird. But yeah, the first one in that sheet is the bag of holding. It's got like the arrow, javelin, hempen rope. At the very top, it says bag of holding patchwork.
Oh, I don't see that.
It's weird. Maybe it's something with the phone. But if you scroll to the right, I made one called Chiron's Library. Which, you know, it's not a container,
Yeah,
so
Chiron's Library. It's blue.
it's blue. It's weird. Okay.
Soul Gem Chiron's Laboratory. I don't know. I'm clearly not seeing what you're saying. So I'm gonna try to open it up on my computer. It's under storage locations, right?
Yeah, I see the thing at the bottom. I'm not sure what the Soul Gem Chiron's Library is. Oh, that's okay. She just put that there. That's in the pump machine. So that's not the library. I'm not sure what she was doing with that. Anyway, I'll be back.
Are you still there?
Alright, I'm back. Just dumping a bunch of stuff on the floor at Chiron's library.
Yeah, pretty much.
Not a bad idea. Remember, the coins are old world coin, so they're not exactly normal. It just means certain places won't take them. You can do OWC if you want. Like in parentheses or something.
Is old world coins different than old empire coins?
No, those are the same thing.
They're the same thing. Okay.
Yes, sometimes I accidentally use one or the other.
380 over here, so that means 400, 480.
Yeah, and if you're not storing it in the bag of holding, the weight isn't as important. It's good to know, though, in case you want to put it back in there.
Yeah. I'm wondering if we should just leave these cursed items in the library. Like, the library is safe, right?
As far as you know. Oh, looks like you have a bunch of chainmail.
Well, I think that think we're hanging on to for Kai's zombies.
Yeah, but that would be 200 pounds, I think, for 4 suits of chainmail.
Yeah. But do we need this broken masterwork plate armor? Is my, or if we could does Chiron repair stuff?
No, he's not a blacksmith, but
No.
you definitely could have someone repair that. It would just, you'd have to be probably in some kind of town or city where there's a blacksmith. I think
Which we don't.
Short bows are pretty. I think those are 5 pounds, maybe.
Short bows?
I'm gonna say they're 5 for now, so the short bows are 20 pounds.
Okay.
If you want to keep them in the bag.
Rid of that.
I think, yeah, the chainmail is like the heaviest stuff in the bag. Which makes sense, chainmail's heavy.
Sure. Like, do we need 7 history books?
Did they spark joy in you?
I mean, they do, but do we need to be keeping that? Do we need to be, like, hanging on to them while we travel?
I mean, that is up to you guys. So when you go see Chiron, he would ask you if you ever found out who it was that was seeking you, skulking around the library. Were you able to determine that?
No, we've not figured that out yet.
Since I would be curious if it was a danger to the library. Now, was Chiron crafting something for the group? I seem to remember you asked him to make something.
I feel like he was crafting stuff. I just don't remember what it was.
It should be in...
It was a shield thing for Sentinel Shield?
Let's see. Chiron, Sentinel Shield, start date. So he needed 2 weeks. It was like 14 days. What's to the day today? He might be done with it. First. So no, he needs 4 more days. Looks like if we start on the 25th, it's been 6 days. Okay, just curious. So he's still working on that.
What on earth is still weighing so much? Just the chainmail that weighs so much?
It's most likely because they're 50 pounds each, so 4 of them is 200 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's the most the heaviest thing in there, because the essence is weightless. The map's supposed to be a pound each. So I guess we'll just put 1 for each.
Stop adding things.
Let's see. Rare herbs, no. Yeah, components are weightless. Scrolls are a pound. So there.
Just a lot.
Huh?
Are we sure it's a full pound? Like that's a lot of weight.
For a
That's
scroll,
really
I
heavy.
think it's like because they're in cases. Let me double check.
Yeah.
Is there a scroll item? Scroll case. Oh, so a scroll case actually holds a bunch of scrolls. Okay. So we'll say, because it holds up to 10 sheets. So then maybe there'd just be a scroll case and the scrolls themselves would be weightless.
Yeah, like could we put the list of scrolls as like a subcategory?
Yeah, I mean, however you want to set it up, but I'll take away the pound for the scroll
And
cases.
can we do the same thing with the maps?
Yeah,
I
put you at 10
Yeah.
for the case, but sure. So you need.
don't feel like maps are a whole pound.
No, probably not.
They're probably I think they're just whatever Patchwork has in her notebook.
Well, it wouldn't be like a modern notebook. Remember, it's like really big sheets of paper, like
Yeah.
old school paper, not like
I don't know.
college ruled or anything. But anyway, yeah, that's fine. I'll just take the weight off those now. Say you have a scroll case. All right. So what is the plan? You're back at Chiron's library. Your camp is here as well. All of your NPCs have been waiting here.
Are we all back?
I think. I mean, it's just you and Kai.
Yeah. I'm back.
Kai, do you want these old crossbows that need to be repaired?
No.
No?
No, I think I'll be good.
Okay, I'm taking those out. And do you want the 50 bolt?
No.
Okay. Marie Kondo. These do not spark joy. Alright, so I feel like we've somehow gained weight.
So I'll say that Shock would approach you. He says, "Glad you're all safe. I was hoping we'd see you again soon." He says, "How have the exploration and the ventures below gone? Did you find Blackwater? I didn't get much out of Chiron."
We found some Shadra-kai who say they know him and can lead us to him.
This is Shatter-Kai. Interesting.
It is.
Why would
they-
Shatter-Kai serve Blackwater?
Now, we overheard them saying that we were possibly escaped mercenaries from Blackwater. Like, is he like? Do we get the sense that he's maybe like holding his mercenary, like the previous mercenaries that he had hostage?
Well, if you remember, Lyra said he killed them all in some kind of ritual.
Oh, right.
Lyra's here as well, by the way.
Yeah.
She would be happy to see you. I guess she would have told him, told Shock some of the stuff that happened.
Yeah.
Make sure I have
Now,
Lyra in here.
did we give Shock a longsword +1?
Give me a sec. I can check his
I feel like we got something and we gave it to him, but I don't remember.
Alright, so Lyra's in your camp. Yeah, let me check his inventory. What does he have?
I just want to be sure because it says on his thing that his inventory is longsword and then 3 healing potions.
I don't see anything on there with a longsword +1. You sure you gave it to him?
You know, I don't trust my memory. That's why I'm like asking.
Alright, well, I don't see
I
anything in
feel
my
like,
notes about it, so I'm guessing he
yeah,
maybe not.
it it could very possibly have been Monday's game where that one of the NPCs got a +1 weapon.
Oh,
But I just want to be
you're in a Monday game? How dare you? Just kidding.
no, it was when I was playing Mondays with like that group
Oh, okay.
like a year ago.
Gotcha.
Sometimes my brain gets
Yeah.
details confused.
I mean, you can give him. I'm not sure if this group has a magical weapon, but you're always welcome to give him one.
I don't think we have one on us right now because I don't see anything in our inventory.
Oh, he says, Kai, I wanted to let you know. Flintwing had been scouting around the area, and he noticed a large group of spore trolls in the dungeon below. Apparently, they had split off from their king and were just sort of wandering around in a safe area. He said there were like 8 of them.
Yeah, they're my friend.
He says, so they won't attack us if they come in this area. We should be safe.
No, you'll be fine.
Nods. Says, all right. Other than that, it's been pretty quiet here. The camp has been holding up well. We were overjoyed to see Lyra was still alive. I mean, I remember her from the old days, so I'm glad she hadn't perished. And from what she told me, Blackwater may have lost his mind. He's killing his mercenaries.
Yeah, Lyra, did you see any Shadra Kai working with him?
She says, well, not directly, but when I was escaping, I noticed there were some wandering the halls. I didn't know what their purpose was or who they were allied with, so I just used invisibility to avoid them. But now that you mentioned it, yes, there were some shadow elves in the areas around where Blackwater had posted up in with his camp. Perhaps they are allies of his. Oh, excuse me. Shock says, the other thing I wanted to ask you, he says, while I have the camp and all its resources, we haven't really been doing much with it. I thought maybe we could start training using both mine and Ayara's specialty to help us improve our skills. As long as we are just here anyway.
Absolutely. We were actually thinking of inviting you on our adventures, Shock,
To come with you.
to come with us. We miss you.
Alright, so Shock. Oh wait, Shock is leveled up in this game. I guess he had been training. Let's see, what level? Shock is level 9. Oh, Ayara is level 9 too. Nice.
Nice.
So they are both level 9. What level's Lyra? She's only level 6. So the camp can help Lyra train. So basically, one of the camp actions is to train your NPCs to level them up. They can get up to 1 level per 7 days, and they can go up to whatever level the group is, which I think is 9 right now. So if you want, you can have Lyra stay here and start training with the camp.
Yeah, that sounds good. We can do that.
Alright, so I'll put that as the camp task, to train Lyra. We'll say she's trying to improve her magical skills. Okay.
Can we make it a camp task to track down that mind flayer and find those magic items?
The mind flayer you
The
killed?
Mind Flayer's dead.
Yeah.
Oh, is he? Can we have an AR and maybe scout and look for those magic items, like maybe where he hid them?
Give me a sec. I'm just looking at something, and I shall answer you.
Sure, I'll let you finish.
The current day is 31st. Okay. So, let's see. My skills aren't really in tracking. Unfortunately, we don't really have a ranger or someone who has survival in the camp right now. She says I can try, but the chance of success might be a little bit lower than something like just training Lyra. Would you like us to work on that instead?
Well, do we know if Butcher was more of a ranger?
You don't know much about Butcher. You're not even sure where he is right now.
I'm just thinking we could maybe we could send AR to try to find. Well, I guess she's not really a tracker.
I mean, for all you know, Butcher could be the one skulking around outside the library.
He could be. Can I poke my head out, see if anyone's there?
Yeah. So you go to the door here, I assume.
Yeah.
Let's see. Just need to look up my notes on what Butcher was doing.
Wasn't he doing the protection thing, or was that somebody else?
No, that was him.
He was doing.
He is in
the
party thing. All right, so he's here already, just under a different category. So you look outside, and you don't see anyone at first, but then kind of stepping out of the darkness. Butcher is the one with the +1 longsword.
Oh, okay. There we go. We gave someone a +1 longsword. I just couldn't remember who.
He will bow to you and say, my apologies, but the warding on this area prevents my entry. I was hoping I'd be able to get in contact with you somehow. He says also there's someone stalking around the outside, seemingly someone else who can't gain entry to the library. Robed hobgoblin. I don't know who he is. Just strange to see another living creature in this place.
And he can't get it. Robed hobgoblin. Is that one of what's his face is? The wizard? The hobgoblin wizard?
He says I don't know who he is, but I thought I should mention
Sorry,
that I've seen. Didn't know if
it's
he
just
was
me
a...
trying to...
He says, I didn't know if he was a friend or foe, so I didn't say anything. I'm sorry it took me so long to complete my task. For some reason, one of my markings was dispelled. I do not know by who. I thought the caves were quite abandoned down below. He says, but I managed...
I'm sure it was not on purpose. Anyways, continue.
He says, well, I managed to reestablish the defense, so... The ghouls are banished from entering this place for now, though the ones already in the caves and in the halls here are still trapped, so they might still be a problem. But if you clear them out, this place should be safe again. And there should be less of them as time passes.
No, we appreciate all your hard work. I do have a question. How are you at tracking? And finding lost things.
He says, I'm good at tracking people. Why? What do you seek?
Well, we had an encounter with a ghost mind flayer who promised us vast amounts of treasure, but he betrayed us, and so we were wondering if you would be able to track down his horde.
So as you are talking to him, Chiron would step up from behind and would say, "You, how dare you show your face here?" He says, "You are friends with this one, the butcher?"
Allies, at the very least.
He is a minion of the one you seek, or the one who destroyed this town, the city, the ritual. He helped it come about. He says it's why he can't enter here, because he's fused with the energy of a Shadow Lord.
Yes, but he regrets his actions, and he's trying to do good by do good by us, to try to fix his mistakes.
Give me a persuasion.
Can I have advantage for some?
Just magic
Do
advantage.
it.
You can use an inspiration point to gain +2 if you have any.
Sure.
I don't know if
4.
anyone can give you advantage though. I know some classes have that ability, but I don't know if Kai has anything.
I have enhanced ability.
Yeah, but it would have already had to been cast at this point.
Yeah.
You can't
Can he
reaction.
give me? Can he give me guidance?
I mean, it would be kind of suspicious that Kai suddenly just starts casting a spell. You could do it.
No.
I will
fair
give him. I'll give her the help action because like I'm really charismatic and shit. Do you know what I mean?
All right. So what are
Yeah.
you gonna say to help?
I'm gonna go. Look, babes. Right, I'm not being funny, but he has been really, really helpful, and he has wardened off this whole area for the undead. He's been really, really helpful. So, you know, actions speak louder than words. So I will vouch for him. Because his name is Steve. And he's really, really helped me.
Why do you have to have so many
give me-
random details?
Give me a persuasion. And he says, "I am not Babes. I'm Chiron, being twisted by the ritual he performed along with the Shadow Lord. He is not Steve.
Look, babe. Yeah,
He's a
yeah.
criminal."
Look, babes. Look, babe. You know, I'm not being funny, but you are really attractive to me right now. So what he's done to you is a good thing.
Advantage.
Yeah, I don't know if you're helping right now.
I mean,
he's-
you could do some serious things with those long claws. Do you know what I mean?
He says, "Well, I can no longer cast magic or do any of the things I could do as a humanoid."
It doesn't. Just because you can't cast magic doesn't mean you haven't got magic fingers.
My God, Kyan.
Butcher says, "Chiron, I admit that I was harmful to the city, and I regret it. I was duped too, though. The Shadow Lord, he held my family hostage. He says if I did not serve him, well, I lost them anyway, so it doesn't even matter. He says at this point, there's nothing left for me but revenge. And I understand you not trusting me, but at least let me help the group." And I'll say he does a roll.
Yeah.
Chiron says, "The magic in here will not let you enter, but if they trust you, then that is on them. I will never forgive you for what you did to my city and the royal family. I would suggest you don't let, what's her name? I haven't looked it up in a while. I would suggest you don't let Dinara know that you still live. Her soldiers would cut you down in an instant. Being a vampire will not save you." And he just kind of storms off. Back to his working on the...
Babes, wait.
Oh, he just goes back to working on the shield. He seems pissed.
He's working on a shield.
Yeah, that shield you have been working on. The one for the Sentinel shield he's crafting.
Okay.
Yeah, he's got 4
I-
days on it.
Okay.
I'm
Don't
just gonna start. Yeah, I'm gonna start badly flirting with Chiron.
Oh God.
Give me a persuasion with disadvantage. And the -2. He does not
Can
seem
I have a
interested in
+2?
flirting right now. Especially after...
I want a +2.
No, it's my... Oh, you're going to use inspiration?
Yeah, how many can I use?
You can use 1.
One, so that'll give me a thing, but then I want to, before I went over there, I would have cast Enhanced Ability on myself to give me advantage.
Alright, so you do a spell, which he would see but not take much note of. So you have a normal roll, because you canceled out the disadvantage and the -2. You're flirting with him, like you're trying to be romantic?
Just badly flirting, yeah.
Alright, go ahead, give me a persuasion. Alright.
Yes.
So,
I got advantage on that shit.
yeah,
No,
but
I
you
got
had
advantage.
disadvantage, so it was a wash.
Yeah, but that was amazing. Do you know what I mean?
1 and a 20. It happens more than you'd think
Yeah.
in this silly roll 20. So he does not seem interested in flirting. He's just trying to do his work. As seems like he's still really angry about Butcher's presence, but
Okay.
he hasn't
know-
turned against the group or anything.
You know those piano players, singers, that like lie on the piano? I'm gonna do that on his desk while he's working on the shield.
You know, lay on his desk.
Yeah.
So I will say his renown goes down a little as a butcher, but not much. He's down to 4. So I assume you're not like getting in his way. You're just kind of laying there trying to entice him.
Yeah.
He would say, "Why are you doing this?" As I assume you take sexy poses and maybe like say some flirtatious things.
Oh, I'm getting so much secondhand embarrassment right now.
He says,
I love you guys.
Yeah, so he says, "What is your goal in doing this, besides distracting me from my work?"
I don't really know. I'm pretty bored, and I'm trying to amuse myself.
He says, "There are many dangers in Isik. If you wish to amuse yourself, be useful." He says, "I am an undead creature, twisted, an abomination. Even if I wanted
And that's
to..."
why you're attracted. That's why you're attracted to me. That's why I'm attracted to you. Do you know what I mean?
He says, "Even if I wish such a thing as romantic entanglements, I do not possess the physical attributes to carry them out. You waste your time."
You've got long fingers, eh?
He
What
says,
more do you need?
"These fingers are sharp as swords. They would pierce through anything they touched. They are not
I'm into
gentle."
BDSM. You know what I mean?
Give me another persuasion. He says,
And now we're married.
I do not think you would enjoy what might happen to you should you go down this path. And he just keeps...
Do not tell me what I won't enjoy. You don't know me.
Alright, so you continue to flirt with him a bit as he is trying to craft. Do we want to roleplay that out, or are we just saying you're doing that?
No, I'm doing that.
Okay.
That's getting a bit too much now.
Alright.
Yeah, I'm
So
I'm
Elise and several of the camp members are a bit disturbed by this interaction. So you go back outside, and what are you doing?
We leave. I close the door. I can't. Butcher, do you want to help me go find that hobgoblin that's been skulking around?
He nods. He says, I believe he is still in the area. He should not be hard
All
to
right,
find.
I can't deal with what's going on in that room right now.
Says, is your friend a necrophiliac?
Probably, or at least a sexual deviant of some kind.
I'm a succubus.
Alright, so you head up north a bit. And in fact, in this room, you would see a familiar face. Oh, that's right, I moved him, that's why. Just give me one moment. I moved him so I could find him easy, and now I can't find him. There he is. So kind of sitting on some of the rocks over here. An old, but somewhat familiar accomplice of the group steps out from off the rock. Says,
Erdol. I thought it was Erdol.
Elise.
I don't think he ever. I don't think he ever actually. He didn't ever actually meet Elise. He met Karen.
Yeah. So he wouldn't
So that's
necessarily
fine.
know who you are, but he does say your name for some reason, which I don't know whether you choose to notice that or not, but he says, Elise, I'm glad you came. Where are the rest of your people? Safe, I hope?
Yes, they're safe. Who are you?
He says, I'm Erdul. We met long ago with the Iron Tide.
I don't think I ever really encountered the Iron Tide. I joined this group after, when they were fighting the Blood Hand.
He says, you do not have to be coy, Elise. I know your secret, but I have no wish to share it with anyone. He says, my magics give me sight that many do not have. Give me an insight check. Okay.
Nope.
I'll
I'm
give her
rolling
the
so
help
bad.
action.
You can't. You're in a different room.
While flirting elsewhere.
No.
S-
I open the door naked and give her the help action.
That's
No.
not happening. But anyway, he would say, I split off from the Iron Tide to come and move up north to where Isik was. I was very interested in the vaults, and since Orkard had failed to execute on the initial plan, I decided I would come up here and test my luck by myself. I was overjoyed to see you and your friends were here already. He says, I
Interesting.
have information on Blackwater, as well as the vault, that I think would be useful to you.
You do now. Go ahead. I'm curious.
He says, is there someplace else we could talk, looking over at Butcher, who, he seems a little bit, like he doesn't like the fact that someone would be listening in. Perhaps in private?
I'll just turn to Butcher and just say, I think we're okay for now. Thank you so much for your backup.
He nods and walks towards you, and he is going to whisper, this one is ensorcelled or circled by the energies of Malik, the Shadow Lord. something's not right about this. And then he just continues walking south, whispering.
I'm gonna kind of just put my hand discreetly on my dagger, and just say, "Go on."
He says, I assume you wish to confront Blackwater and make him, he would say, make him treat you fairly in this approach to the vault. Yes?
I think a fair division of power would be beneficial to all of us.
He says, I believe you might be in danger, as Blackwater is much stronger than he makes out to be. However, I might be able to offer a solution.
Go on.
Give me one moment. There we go. He says, Blackwater's power is the power of the Shadow Lord. Are you familiar with this being?
I've certainly heard mentions of him.
He says, there was a place within Isik, a place cursed by dark energies, an old structure. Do you know the one I speak of?
Do I?
Give me an intelligence check if you're not sure what he's talking about.
Oh, I don't, but I also have a terrible
Sorry,
memory.
not Isik, Char. A place
Char?
in Char cursed by dark energies.
That was the church, right?
Yes, which is probably what you would assume he's talking about.
Yeah. Okay.
He says, I believe that Blackwater has become infected by a darkness that was sealed within this church. It's given him great power and made him extremely dangerous, more so than any normal arcanist. He says, if my theory is true, then it's unlikely he will be willing to share power that he finds in the vault. The only choice will be to kill him.
And what exactly is your stake in this?
He says, well, as I said, I was very curious initially to see what was in the vault, and I was hoping traveling with Orcard would sate that curiosity. Though when you all weakened the Iron Tide and drove us away, well, that was it. That possibility was done for. Then I decided that I wasn't going to let that happen, so I struck out on my own. Give me another insight check. He says, I came up to Isik to see if I could find the expedition. Maybe even find you all. And I did. So I've
And is
come...
curiosity your only intention?
Says, well, I admit I wish to increase my power, as any arcanist does. The mastery of arcane is something that takes a lifetime, and much of the time can only happen through study and finding of powerful magical artifacts. So I'm hoping I can find something in the vault of use to me from the old world. He says, but obviously I can't do this alone, especially with Blackwater and his people.
No, of course not. And you don't happen to have anything that could possibly stop him? Know of any tricks or...
He says, I have knowledge.
magics?
Knowledge of something that could help you stop him.
I'm listening.
Says, before I give you too much, though, would you consider bringing me into your group as an ally? And giving me a fair share of what we find within the vault?
Yes, I think something can be negotiated.
He says, so you are planning to work against Blackwater, then? Did you already know any of this?
We did take a trip to the cursed church. We did find out much information there, but I am curious to know what exactly you have to share.
He says, well, my terms are that we do indeed slay Blackwater, destroy the evil entity that has taken him, and once the vault is open, we split the loot equally inside. He says, I assume you are just by yourselves in your excavation of the vault. You don't have any other people who you're splitting the treasure with. Is this
No, it's just
correct?
us.
So
That's
I would
correct.
just want an equal split along with your group.
Yes, that can be doable. Now she takes a step forward. Um, Now how do we defeat the being possessing Blackwater?
She says, or he says, no doubt you have noticed the shadow dragon of Isik, the large winged beast that flies above.
Yes.
A long time ago, it was a red dragon corrupted by the energies of Malik, a pet of his, something he created. There is energy still within it, energy linked to him. It must be slain, and the energy must be taken. We can use this as a powerful weapon against Malik. Give me another insight check.
God, I wish I was succeeding these. Nope.
Like, yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, no, yeah, okay.
Go ahead.
He says,
Only missing everything.
if you can slay this beast, I can use my magic to create a weapon that would be very dangerous to Malik and make the fight against him much easier. He says also,
What is this weapon?
he says, well, there is shadowy magic within the shadow dragon that can create, well, it doesn't have to be a specific object, but the object created would firstly defend your people from some of his more dangerous abilities that drain life energy, and secondly, drain his energy back, making him much weaker while you battled him. He would almost be at your mercy, though still dangerous and not to be underestimated. But I would need the life essence of the Shadow Dragon to accomplish this. He says
Is that all you would?
she is a very dangerous opponent. In fact, she often walks the halls in Shatter Kai form. You may even have seen her.
Perhaps. And is that all you would need for to make this weapon?
I would need that and a laboratory, so you might need to convince Chiron, your ally, to let me into his.
I see. And do you mind if I ask how you came across this information?
Give me a persuasion check. So he pauses a moment, as if thinking. He says, why would that be important to you?
Curiosity's sake. I mean, you came here out of curiosity. May I not have my own?
He says, you may, but I prefer to keep my secrets, and I've just presented you with a very easy fix to several of your problems. Only asking what's fair.
I thought we were allies. Friends, if anything.
Give me another persuasion check. So he seems a little annoyed and says, after my run-in with your people, the Iron Tide left, but I stayed behind. I spent several days in Highguard, improving my knowledge of Isik and the happenings of the early days of the fall and what may have caused it. I recognized some of the rituals that had occurred, even though your historians did not. And that brought me to a lot of my assumptions. Give me another insight check.
Oh, come on.
So, you're not sure he's telling you everything. You don't know
Oh,
if
I
he's
know
lying.
he's not.
Yeah, you get the feeling he's not giving you all the information, but you didn't roll high enough to get too many specifics. He says, this is a win for you, Elise. You should take it. Don't worry about where I get my knowledge. Just be happy about what I've presented you.
It's a win for both of us. I mean,
It
if we're going to
is.
work together, I feel like we need to have complete, what's the word for,
Transparency.
yes,
Honesty.
that's the word. We need full transparency, do we not? I mean, we have to trust one another, don't we?
He says, well, I just told you how I got my information. What more do you wish to know?
Do I get it? I don't get it. I know he's leaving something out. I don't really know what he's leaving out or what aspect of this that he's leaving out. Do I?
No, you would have needed a higher insight roll for specifics.
Yeah.
You don't think he's lying per se. You also don't think he's telling the whole truth. It's vague, but yeah, with a 13, that's all you'd get.
And is
You
the
wish,
shadow dragon essence the only thing that we need to craft this weapon, other than the laboratory?
Yeah, you need what's her name here? You needed patchwork.
Yeah.
He says yes. With the essence of the shadow dragon, I could make you, as I said, a powerful weapon that would make a encounter with Blackwater, or as I call him, Malik, much easier.
Sorry, I'm just trying to. I'm blanking on things. My brain's not working.
No worries. He says, my first request would be for Chiron to let me into the library so I could join your group and help in whatever you are planning. I feel not in the loop as I sit out here twiddling my thumbs. I think that would be a good show of our alliance.
No, that would make anyone feel left out. Well, come now. I'll lead him. I wish I knew what he was hiding. So now, how was your journey here? Did you come across anything any stories?
He says it was quiet for the most part. The road to Isik is abandoned due to the death and devastation that visited the city 100 years ago. And I was able to avoid the undead with my magics, so I didn't actually have to deal with much.
Yes, and how, might I ask, did you come across magic from Malik?
What do you mean? Besides my research?
Yes.
He says,
did you come across anything interesting?
Well, initially there were artifacts dug up within the Iron Tide base. You know, the one that you and your friends devastated. It gave me some early insights into the Shadow Lords and their power, studying those artifacts.
Do you have any of those artifacts with you?
He says, not on me, but I do have them in a secret hiding spot in the area. They were a bit heavy to just carry everywhere.
Of course. Close by, I assume? I would be interested in studying them if you don't mind.
Looks at you.
As you know, I'm a bit of a scholar myself.
He says, are you now? Well, I'm sure I could bring them back here for you to look at if you wish.
That would be wonderful. Listen, why don't you go fetch them? I will go talk to Chiron.
He nods and says, very well. he's going to leave. Alright, so Chiron is still at his desk being annoyed by Kai, who is flirting with him a little bit more than is necessary, as Kai does.
Chiron, I have a question for you.
What is it that you want?
I apologize for the interruption, and Kai, perhaps we can leave Chiron alone while he does his work.
Fine. I'll put my clothes back on. I'll get off the desk and I'll move.
Apparently Kai was
Appreciate
naked on the desk.
Yeah.
Kai,
Do you know?
Human Resources wants to talk to you, Kai.
Yeah.
And I'm mentally unstable, so I can get away with everything.
Yeah. I'm crazy. It's not my fault. So Chiron is still working on the shield. You see him kind of moving things around with his magics since he can't use his hands. He says, "What is it?"
In all of your knowledge and research, have you ever come across a ritual to build a weapon using Shadow Dragon essence?
He stops and says, "What relevance would a Shadow Dragon have to the weapon? Do you speak of the Shadow Dragon that inhabits Isik?"
Yes. And I'm just gonna tell everybody about kind of what I encountered.
All right,
or
so
what I talked about with that.
Take a moment to speak of Erdul in your conversation.
Yeah. I do not trust him.
Yes, I would not trust anyone who is blocked by my magic, as that means they are somehow tainted with Shadow Lord essence. Was this Erdul a servant of the Shadow Lord? Perhaps he is working for Malik to infiltrate your camp.
I believe he is. He's not stated directly. He was once an enemy of ours a while ago. Or at least of the group, when they were fighting the Iron Tide. But he said he has come across some artifacts that I suspect have some of the Shadow Lord's essence. That perhaps he was infested with.
Says I can grant him access to the lab, but I think it's a bad idea.
I don't think it's a good idea either. But I am curious about this weapon that he talks about, and this ritual that he spoke of.
Oh.
Been trying to get more information from him, but he's very closed off. And I feel like pushing him too far will push him away.
If you can use deception to gain what you wish, that might be a better route than making a deal with him to gain access. But if you think it is worth it to let him in here, I suppose I could do so. Again, I would be certain first that he is not a spy.
Oh, I'm sure he's a spy, and I have no intention of letting him in. But I do want to draw him in and make him trust us a little bit more.
Well, I think that. Or go ahead.
Awesome. I have an idea. I think we could possibly draw him in. Like he's someone who's interested in academics and the arcane. Perhaps we can show him Kai's tattoo, see what he thinks. Perhaps that will be enough to intrigue him enough to share his secrets.
Perhaps. Well, I'll leave that to you. Deception is definitely not my realm of expertise.
But you don't have any knowledge of what he speaks of, any rituals or.
He says, well, if what he says is true, and it would make sense, as the Shadow Dragon did appear after the destruction of Isik. But yes, if what he says is true, then a link to his power could be a possible way of creating a weapon against him, the Shadow Dragon's essence. Because I know there are many creatures within the world with very powerful or corrupt essences that can create unique items. Perhaps the Shadow Dragon is one of them. But again, if he was a spy, why reveal this to you? That wouldn't make any sense.
It's a way to gain your target's trust before slitting their throat when they have their back turned.
This is a dangerous gambit, though, if he's giving you the answer to how to defeat him.
It is, but that is why we travel in a group. We are not alone.
All right. Well, yes. If for your question, or to your question, what he says could be true. If this Shadow Dragon is somehow linked to Malik. I wonder if it serves him, though.
I don't think it's by choice. I think much like our vampire friend outside, as much as I agree that he's done a lot wrong, but I believe that they are both under his control.
Yes, he could have left many minions behind 100 years ago when he destroyed this place. Perhaps they've all been quietly waiting for his return.
Yes.
Perhaps you can speak with this dragon, if it is truly in humanoid form.
Mm-hmm. Well, and we can find Quentin, and he has more knowledge about dragons than we do.
Says maybe.
I know.
I haven't seen your friend in quite some time. I don't know where he went.
No, it's been a while. I hope he's all right.
All right. So what do you want to do?
Okay. I think we'll wait till he comes back. I'll go tell Butcher what we talked about too. Bring and loop him in on the plan.
So Butcher would say, well, the strange thing is, I recognize some of his energy. As a vampire, I can see such things. And he does have the energies that Malin possessed, but I don't think that was Malik.
No, I think he's been infected by whatever energies of the artifacts that he's dug up and studied.
So you don't think that was actually Malik or one of his servants?
No, I suspect that he's a spy. If unknowing, then or knowing.
Real quick, Kai, did you want the camera to do anything? Because I know you've just been kind of listening.
Yeah.
No, not particularly. I'm just listening in, to be honest.
All right, so you're just kind of hanging out in camp, putting your clothes back on.
Yeah, basically.
Talking to HR. All right. Shock's like, all right, Malin, we have to go over some things.
Watching a video on sexual harassment.
Yeah, he's in the break room. They're showing him a video. He's like, oh, jeez.
Yeah, it's a VHR or a VHS.
Yeah. I don't use the word babes anymore.
We don't like the word babes in this camp. We'd prefer you say friend or something more neutral. All right, so you are waiting here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Can I? Is it long enough that I can take a short rest?
Yeah. Well, all right. So time's passing. You're just relaxing. I'll say an hour does pass, so you can spend a short rest if you want, and both of you can benefit from it. After about another 45 minutes, so an hour and 45 total. her duel would return. So he comes walking in from the north. And you see a piece of cloth in his hand. And as he undoes it, he shows you a shadow crystal. He says, a powerful artifact that I uncovered in my searches of the old Tharian ruins. The energies.
That's very interesting.
Says the energies of this crystal are quite useful in powering old artifacts. And then he kind of covers it up again and puts it away. He says, I learned much from studying the energies of this.
What else have you learned? Is this how you're able to create that weapon?
He says, well, as I said, I need the dragon's essence to create the weapon, but this gave me an understanding of the Shadow Lord's power.
That's interesting. What all have you learned from it?
He says, he starts talking about necrotic energies and magic. Give me an Arcana check. DC is 20.
Let's roll above a 10.
Oh. So it sounds familiar to you. Some of it you don't fully grasp. But he says there's a connection from this to a more pure form of necrotic energy, an energy known as void. It is a realm of nothingness, energy that completely annihilates any life force it encounters. He says it is used in the creation of these crystals.
Uh-huh.
He says the Arcanists of old were able to create powerful devices, but these devices required immense amounts of magic. The only way to power them were the arcane crystals that these Arcanists also created. Unfortunately, the practice of creating them was lost to time, but the Shadow Lord was able to create these soul crystals as a replacement.
That's amazing.
He nods. He says it was an invaluable power source to the modern Arcanists who still wielded some of the old devices. Unfortunately, the cost of life to create one of these is great. I think he tells you some stuff you already know about the shadow crystals.
Yeah, probably. That's okay.
He says, but my studying of the energies of this storage unit were extremely helpful.
Mm-hmm. And do you mind me asking, how are you able to see past illusions?
He says, what do you mean?
Well, you mentioned that I've got my secret. How are you able to see past it?
He says, well, your secret isn't an illusion. It's your ability to shapeshift.
No. And what gives you the power to see through it?
He says, come now, Elise. We can all have our secrets. It's not important. I have not mentioned it to anyone else.
I thought we were friends.
Give me a persuasion. If you must know, there is a device I possess. A device that gives me the ability of true sight. You can see through any type of visual trickery. Your shapeshifting isn't true shapeshifting, so I can see through such tricks.
And do you have this device on you? Can I see it?
I have it, but no, you cannot see it. I don't know if I trust you that much yet. Maybe at some point, after we've worked
come
together.
now. You don't trust me? I thought we're friends, though.
He
Here,
smiles a
what
bit.
can I do to gain your trust? What can I do to gain your trust?
He motions to the door and says, "Give me access to the library." As I
want to.
asked for.
I want to. I really do, but unfortunately, he's not letting us.
He says, "Well, I cannot fashion the weapon that you need without the ability to get in the library." So,
And if we find another laboratory, would you?
says, "Yes, I suppose I could. It would just have to be a magical
Thanks,
laboratory."
did we come across another one? I feel like we did.
You came past
Yeah, but
Go ahead.
it was in the Alcavian Labs, wasn't it?
Was it the Alcadian Labs? I thought there was one here, but maybe I'm.
There was the like quarters of that rune master, but that wasn't a lab.
No.
Yeah, there was there was the Alcavian Labs was the biggest one besides this one. I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think you came upon a blacksmith in near the keep.
Yeah, there's a blacksmith.
Yeah. But
Yeah.
unfortunately, no other magic laboratory.
Well,
why can't he come in?
As Chiron's magic prevents those tainted with Shadow Lord energy from entering.
But he could do an exception.
Yeah, so Chiron can basically change the protection to allow people in, which is what he said.
Why won't he do it?
Well, he doesn't want to because he doesn't trust anyone who's been corrupted with Shadow Lord energies.
We're trying to deceive Erdul into giving us all of his information, but he's not being deceived.
I mean, he is a wizard. If this is Erdul, he's pretty smart. You would assume.
Yeah, that makes him a nerd. He should have no social abilities whatsoever.
Well, wizard and nerd are two different things. So wizard is a type of nerd, but those who can wield the arcane are usually a little bit more impressive than just a normal nerd. It's like.
But anyways, look.
How did Elon Musk just walk into the treasury? Who knows? Just I rule the government now. Okay, Elon. Sorry, no politics.
He's part of the Illuminati, isn't he?
Yeah, he's exactly. Wizards are part of the Illuminati. They can just do whatever.
Yeah, as soon as you're able to cast your first arcane spell, you've joined.
Yeah, they just recruit you. He says, "Well, I've given you my terms, Elise. Maybe
of course.
Maybe once we have some time to work together, I will trust you with more of my secrets. I feel I've already given you many valuable ones for free."
No, and I'm sure you'd want to give and take. I do have an interesting puzzle for you, though. Kai has this interesting tattoo on his forehead that I want to show you. Kai.
So your give is to ask me more questions.
Okay, I'm coming.
How does this benefit me?
I'm sure you'd be interested in examining some unknown magics. I mean, we both have that interest, do we not?
So as Kai
There's no need
out,
for this. There's no need for this distrust. I'm just trying to share with you something interesting that I thought you might enjoy. But if you're not interested, I mean, that's fine.
Give me persuasion or deception.
I'll give her the help action by going, "Hey, babes."
You just watched the video. What are you doing?
Just watched the video.
So as you walk out, he sees you. Says, "Well, that rune on your forehead is a sealing rune. I recognize it from my studies of the Rune Master magics."
It's a what? You have to dumb it down a little bit.
He says it's a sealing rune. Something is sealed within it? Was it created to hold back a piece of you for some reason?
I don't know. I sat. Look. I sat on a chair, and I got this rune on my forehead, and that's the only weird thing that's ever happened to me. I sat on a chair, and I was cursed with this rune.
He looks at it closer. He says, "How fascinating. Well, I could remove the seal, but that might be dangerous because it would free whatever this rune is sealing. If you sat on a chair and you suddenly had this rune, my guess would be some magic linked to that chair entered you. Maybe there was some kind of ritual set up where the chair was supposed to be used for someone else. There might be a being attached to you."
Oh, is that why that's why I'm getting whispers from some unknown person?
That would make a lot of sense, he says. He might, whoever or whatever this is, might be intertwined with your consciousness now. It's impressive you haven't gone mad, actually.
There was very little sanity in the beginning, so...
Well, I can break the seal, which will empower whatever it is that's trapped, though I don't necessarily recommend that. And again, to do such a thing, I would need a magical laboratory.
Okay. Well, just come inside then.
He says your friend Chiron would have to allow my entrance.
Okay, hold on.
And that's because you have all of
Maybe don't call
Malik's
me babes.
essence, do you not?
Sorry, what did you say?
I said you have essence of Malik, do you not? That's why you can't get in.
So he pauses for a second and says, "What do you mean, essence of Malik?"
I mean, you have some of his power.
Give me an
Or his
insight
influence.
check.
Okay, fuck it. I'm gonna inspire myself. +2.
Okay.
See if that does anything. Oh, 22.
So you definitely feel like you caught him off guard with that. He pauses for a moment as if considering what you said. He says, what makes you think I am linked to the essence of Malik?"
Oh, that's the reason why you can't get in the room, can you? Can't you? I'm not judging. I'm just
I thought
curious.
it was some sort of other ward. So this place is directly blocking Malik and his essence. I assume that's why your friend over here can't enter either.
Yes, unfortunately.
He says, "All right, well, yes."
But it's a good thing that your only ties to Malik are academic, right?
He says, "It must be my exposure to this shadow crystal. I bet that is why the room senses me as such." Give me another insight
Perhaps.
check.
I was gonna say, is he being deceptive? Can I use another inspiration?
You can.
Okay, I've got one more left after this. Insight. +2.
10.
10. Shit.
So 10.
Give me all of it.
Yeah, he
I've been working this guy hard. Come on.
He says that's likely why this place is prohibiting my essence. It's because of perhaps it's been a bit corrupted by my proximity to the shadow crystal.
Uh-huh.
Give me an intelligence check.
I'm gonna, and while he's doing that, I'm gonna go. Well, it can't be that because I've got a shadow crystal right here and pull one out.
Ah, you beat me to it. Because I was gonna say, okay, so yeah, he turns and says, well, perhaps I've had mine longer. Maybe it's corrupted my essence somehow.
Nah, dude, you're full of shit. Look, babes, don't lie to me.
Look, babes. Fine. Very well. I suppose if this is going to work, I should be honest with you. He says, do you remember the prison underneath the Iron Tide Cave?
Yes.
He says,
No.
there was a bunch of wards which you got past, though when you actually entered the prison, you decided not to free the being inside. Yes?
I'm guessing you freed that. I'm guessing you freed that being.
He says, well, Erdul did, and now I am he. Shadow Lord Gaivok, the original.
Oh, I thought it was gonna go a whole different way, and I thought you were finally gonna get the answer. Who that fucking rat was?
I was so
It was the
hoping
rat? That would have been funny too. It was I, the rat. No,
it was like the rat.
the mystery of the rat continues.
Oh man, I want to know who this rat is.
It's like, yeah, Shadow Lord,
You
Schmadow Lord,
don't-
but do you know anything about the rat?
I'm gonna say, like, oh,
Who is this
do you know
fucking rat?
anything about the rat?
He says, Malin, or Erdul freed me from my prison, and he had the honor of being my vessel in the New World. He says, I was the Shadow Lord before Malin took my powers. Now I wish to get them back.
I see.
He says there.
And I'm
The
assuming
curtain is back,
I'm
and
assuming that's
all
weapon.
the details are known. So what say you?
I'm gonna go. Look, babe. Can you shapeshift into a rat?
Yeah, what do you know about this rat? Listen.
Yeah.
What do you know
It was a
about
white. Yeah. It was a white rat. From memory.
Gives you a bit of a look. He says, I do not have the ability to shapeshift in this vessel, no. I only have the abilities that Erdul had, which are quite limited, if I'm honest.
Well, what a piss poor Shadow Lord you ended up being.
He says, I offer you knowledge and a way to defeat Malik. That's all I can offer.
Which is the weapon created with the Shadow Dragon essence, right?
Yes.
And only you know the ritual.
I do. A weapon of such was created long ago to fight me. It's how I ended up in that prison in the first place.
And you're
It's
the only one.
way you're going to defeat him fully.
And you're the only one who has knowledge of this ritual.
He says, well, the rune masters who imprisoned me 1,000 years ago may know. They're all dead now. I don't think you're going to find their library. It's probably buried under the rubble of the mountains. The Cataclysm has a way of destroying information of the past.
It does, doesn't it? Did we explore under, like, do I know what library he's talking about?
Give me a history check.
Come on. Oh well.
So the rune masters of the last era, the Therian Empire, were rumored to have a grandiose tower that was not only extremely powerful and magical, but could also teleport. So they could actually change its position. It's just huge structure with architecture never before seen. Most arcanists did not think it was built by the Rune Masters themselves, but possibly ancient magical technology they co-opted. But no one knows what happened to the tower since the cataclysms.
And he's saying that it's under the mountain?
Well, he said it was probably buried under rubble. He didn't actually mention the tower.
No, but he said the library was buried under... I thought I heard you say some mountains.
Yeah, so he said the answers are most likely buried under the rubble of some mountain, referring to the fact that the dwarves lived mostly in the mountains, or at least many of them did. That's what you would assume he was referring to.
Yeah.
Or maybe he does know where the location is.
Yeah, I wanna try to trick him into giving me the information of where this library is. I wish I was clever.
He says, so now you know my secrets. I've given you a way to defeat Malin, and all I ask is your cooperation. Sorry, Malik.
Yeah, so we can... You do. I'm sure we can find an agreement that works best for everyone.
He says, well, I've given you my terms, and I've given you quite a bit of information. I'm not giving you any more until you give me access to the Library of Chiron.
I thought we were building a friendship.
He laughs.
I'm not the one who can... I'm not, unfortunately, the one who can grant access, and unfortunately, Chiron's the only one.
He nods and just kind of walks over here, leans against the rocks, and he says, I have time. Speak to me again when you've gotten me passage. Otherwise, I have nothing left to talk to you about.
See, I don't think you have time, because, unfortunate, as much as you claim to be a powerful Shadow Lord, you are in the body of a mortal. That body will soon wither and die. So, rather than waste time,
he says,
how
well,
about...
that is true that bodies of humanoids wither and die, but how do you think Malin has been alive for so long? Do you think it's because the bodies herein that he inhabits are immortal? He says no. The Shadow Lords can change their hosts. Usually a Shadow Elf is the form we take as we have loyal followers within the Shadowfell. But there are others who can become our hosts. He says, you are the one who's laboring under a time constraint as Malik continues to get closer and closer to access of the vaults. He says, while it's true you do have one of the keys, that does not mean he has no way in. He also possesses one of the keys. With time, he can probably figure out a way through.
Do you know a way through?
He says, well, the keys are the most obvious. I'm sure I could research a way through had I access to one of the keys and a long period of time to do magic. Much like he is probably doing right now, as his Shadow Elves guard the entrance to the area. He probably labors to find a way in without the keys.
I see. And you don't know you don't know what he's doing to gain that information, right? He's just trying things.
That would be my guess, but I'm not there. He says, so time might be limited for you to make a decision on this. And if you fight him without my help, he will most surely die.
How can you be so sure?
He says, because mortals have no chance against the followers of the Red Wizard. You just see Butcher would be kind of seething, like he looks really pissed off as this guy's talking. But he's remained quiet. He says, "You are but pawns in a much bigger game."
And I missed it. And which chess piece would you call yourself?
He says, "The Shadow Lords are servants of a greater power. We would most likely be the perhaps one of the bishops or knights on the playing field."
All right. And who's the queen?
He just smiles.
I'm gonna walk
and
outside
says,
and go, "It's me."
"Hey, Queen." So he just smiles and says, "We can become better friends once I know you're serious about a partnership. And this might be where we have to end, because we are at 2.
I know. I'm
So,
trying to figure out what the best solution is.
well, now you'll have
I
some
have a couple
time.
ideas.
So why don't we do MVP votes? Well, actually, I think it's going to be a tie, so just give me a D20 roll.
I was gonna say I vote for Kai.
Alright, so Elise, you get the MVP award of a inspiration point. I'm going to give Kai one too for the interesting roleplay of trying to seduce Chiron.
Oh,
sexual
thanks, babes.
Thanks, babes. And I take it away because you didn't watch the sexual harassment video. Forgot everything you learned. No, just kidding. You can have one. So you both get a inspiration point.
Thanks. Yeah.
Alright. So yeah, good game, everyone. We will hopefully continue the story next week. Hoping we get.
I don't know, Kai. What do we do? I kind of want to kill him, but I also kind of want to be his friend. But I also know that if I be his friend,
I'm gonna get Chiron to go, "Look, just let him in, but then ward it off so he can't actually leave the room."
Come on, babes.
Okay.
Let him in.
But then I was gonna say, "Look, we found the arcane crystal. We'll give it to you if you let him in, do some shit, but lock him in the room so he can't leave the room. So if we need to kill him, we can just kill him in the room because he can't leave. And he's basically blocked off."
Okay. Yeah, because I don't think Patrick would want us to be friends with him.
No, probably not.
Yeah, I'm really sad Patchwork wasn't here. I'd be interested to see what her reaction to all this is.
I'm kind of glad. I'm a little bit glad she wasn't, because then it gave me the chance to actually roleplay without getting interrupted.
Yeah. Well, I mean, being in the other room,
Yeah,
she couldn't really interrupt you, at least not in character, unless she came out to talk with you. She also would have been very helpful with her insight in that conversation.
I don't know. I kind of love that. I think that's funny.
It's the weirdest spy ever. Just like, oh yeah, that all sounds legit. Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds legit.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
She probably would have been really uneasy with the whole reflare with the Chiron thing.
Yeah, that may have made her a little uncomfortable.
No, I think overall it was better that she wasn't here. What's your insight like, Kai?
My insight, I think it's like 12 or something.
Plus 12?
My insight, is that wisdom?
It's wisdom.
Oh yeah, it's just a +2.
Okay. Still better than mine. Actually, no, mine's a +3. I was just rolling like shit. At least my persuasions were good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, was there anything I could have done to get him to reveal more?
I think you got him to reveal quite a bit. But
I
Yeah,
did.
he,
I
I mean,
he
he
literally
knows.
gave you 90% of it.
Well, he gave you the stuff he was comfortable giving you. Like he definitely. Well, you assume he kept back some important parts of it. But yeah, he gave you a lot of information, trying to gain some more of your trust.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. But yeah, I mean, you would have had to probably given him something to get more than he gave you.
Like,
'Cause
what
at
was
this
he
point-
looking for? Like, or like
Well,
beyond?
he wanted access to the labs.
Like, yeah.
You don't know why he does, but that's what he wanted. You assume
Yeah.
part of it is to create that weapon to defeat Malik. Because if what he's saying is true, then his power was taken by Malik. He needs to defeat him to get
Yeah.
it back.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to do.
Haha. That's what I like to hear. What do we do?
What do we do? I don't.
Yeah, just do random shit. That's
And
do
you
when
got
you-
one more middle finger from the ghost Illithid by taking all the stuff and hiding it, because he was pretty sure you were going to do that. Just kill him or not give him what he
Yeah, that
wanted.
fucker. I knew he was gonna betray us.
Well, yeah, when you basically told him we're not going to give you the crystal, then that was basically like his last gambit was to try to kill you and take it, because or else he was just going to go
Yeah.
insane.
No, I was kind of hoping we had someone in our roster that could go track down this stuff.
No, you don't really have a tracker, unfortunately.
No.
I mean, I've got good survival.
Like, I thought Ayara would be good because she's an actual spy.
Yeah,
assassin.
maybe given time, you could try to put Kai on it, but it would also be difficult, just because he was a ghost. So it's hard to.
Yeah.
It's kind of hard to track a ghost and go through walls and such.
I don't know, do we have any rangers
Yeah, but
who
I'm an undead warlock, so
is undead?
Well, maybe there's a way you can figure something out later.
We could have the trolls wander around looking for stuff, can't we?
and
They're
then-
wander.
Yeah, I
Anyway.
mean, you can have the Spore Trolls. They're like a whole faction now that Kai controls.
Yeah.